Good morning and welcome to AGORACOM Small Cap Stock News. This is the show for Thursday, May the 29th, 2014. I'm your host, Alan Barry Labucan. I'm also the Chief Market Commentator for AGORACOM. Each day we go through a bunch of press releases. We find the best ones that stand out to us. I talk about what I see in their stock news and also what I see in their stock charts for the companies coming ahead. We generally keep it to around a 10-minute time frame. We might go a little over because we've got a bunch of companies to talk about today. So I'm going to first start out with an AGORACOM client. A company called Neah Power had news out that they are they put out a white paper on their website at neahpower.com. That's NEAHPOWER.com. And what they're discussing in that white paper is their patent pending technology that allows safe and high energy density, point of use hydrogen generation technology suited for automobile fuel cells and grid scale fuel cells. So that's a pretty big endeavor for the company, and something you want to check out. The stock symbol for the company is NPWZ. They trade on the OTC bulletin board. The next company I wanted to talk about today, just pulling up my my news feed here, is a company called. Just getting it up here. The first company today is Alderon Iron Ore. Alderon Iron Ore. Iron's not a commodity that I follow really closely, but it is. This company has some interesting news out that I thought is quite impressive. They've been able to attract former BHP Billiton Iron Ore president and former president of CEO of Shell Canada to their board of directors. That's a pretty big, two big hires there. Mr. Ashby worked for BHP Billiton for 25 years. They're the largest diversified resource company in the world. Mr. Lauder spent 20 years working for Shell. These guys are, come with big resumes. Joining a small company, I think, is a very good sign. And the market really liked the news today. The market was up 5 cents today to $1.53 on 174,000 shares traded hands. I'm just looking at the stock chart, and this one's been under pressure for the last few months. It had a good run from July lows until it hit some higher highs. It was up to $2.13. Has since backed off from there, and looks like it's bottomed recently. It's turned around and started getting stronger on some pretty nice volume. It's an interesting stock chart. I'll be looking at this one more and doing some homework on it. ADV is their stock symbol. They trade on the Toronto Exchange. Next up is Blackberry. Blackberry there was some John Chen, their president and CEO, was at Recode yesterday. Recode is a production of put on by Kara Swisher and her Recode. It's the Code Conference, and it's put on by Recode, Kara Swisher, and Walt Mossberg's new conference. And he was talking about the plans that he has for moving the company forward. That he figures that the turnaround is 80% chance of turning the company around. When he first got in there, his odds were a lot less than that. So I think it's a good indication that the turnaround is happening for Blackberry. They're moving the company in the right direction. I think that as they move forward, they're going to be less reliant on what happens with their phone business and much more into the enterprise stuff. And I think that that's a very good thing for Blackberry. I'm just going to pull up their stock chart here. Now, I'm looking at the one in Canada. It's BBRY is the one in the States. BB is the one in Canada. And the stock is up 40 cents today. That's a 5% increase in price. Last at $8.32. It's traded a little over 3 million shares on the Toronto Exchange. I'm sure that they traded a whole lot more in the States. That 8.32 is the Canadian price. Just looking at the stock chart now, and this one bottomed back in December at around $6 a share. Had a nice move after that, got all the way up to $12. Gave back some of those gains, but lately it's looked like it's created a solid bottom after the pullback, and I think this one's ready to start breaking out to the upside. I like Blackberry a lot right here. BB is their stock symbol in Canada. BBRY is their stock symbol in the States. I'm pretty sure it is. Anyways, you'll have to check on that. Blackberry's a good one I like a lot. Next up is a company called Columbus Gold. Columbus Gold had drill results out from their project in French Guiana. They had some very good results there. 12.8 meters of 6.49 grams per ton gold from their Montagne d'Or gold deposit. They had other intersections that looked quite promising as well. 5 meters of 9 grams, 6.6 meters of 4.73 grams. So some good numbers in there. Just looking at the stock chart or stock price, it's up 3.5 cents today to 43.5 cents. Traded 32,000 shares so far today. Just looking at the stock chart, it's been on a very good run since July of last year when it was trading at about 17.5 cents. Traded all the way up to 63 cents on that bullish run. Has given back some of those gains, but looks to have recently ended their pullback, and it looks like it's ready to start moving to the upside. Their stock symbol is CGT, and they trade on the Venture Exchange. Next up is True Gold Mining. True Gold Mining is developing a project, or they're doing the evaluation of developing a project in Burkina Faso, West Africa. And as they're doing these detailed engineering, they found a way to save $9.7 million from a capex kind of project that's in the $131 million range. So that brings their cost of down even more. Doing a lot of that detailed engineering work now, which is an important part of bringing a project into production. The stock so far today is up 0.5 cent. It's last at 37 cents on 59,000 shares traded hands. Just looking at the stock chart, and it's been basically it's been fairly soft the last I want to say few months now. 4 months actually, and not a lot of real good. The kind of news that will help turn it around is out just yet, but we'll see. This company puts out is got a lot of news out lately, so we'll watch that. TGM is their stock symbol, and they trade on the Venture Exchange. Next up is Timmins Gold. Timmins Gold announced that they're going to be doing a very large drill program this year. Excuse me. They're planning a $5 million exploration program in 2014. They're going after 3 of their high potential targets near the company's San Francisco gold mine in Mexico. They've done regional prospecting of over 200,000 hectares in Sonora, Mexico. They've got some good solid targets there. That'll be interesting. That's an aggressive amount of work, so we'll be watching for those results. The stock is up a penny today on 1.5 million shares traded hands. Last at $1.33. Just pulling up the stock chart now, and this one's been pretty soft over the last, I want to say, about 4 or 5 months, four and a half months. It was looking like it was forming a perfect cup and handle, but the handle has been very, very long. So I think that kind of played out and hasn't broken out much yet. So we'll keep an eye on that stock chart. Nothing really gets me too excited with the stock chart right now. TMM is their stock symbol. They trade on the Toronto Exchange. And the final company up today is Fission Uranium. Fission Uranium announced that they hit on the latest hole 10 meters of 14.74% uranium at their Patterson Lake South project in Saskatchewan. This company it's endlessly hitting lots of high grade, consistently hitting lots of high grade uranium in many holes in their drilling at the Patterson Lake South project. This is a world-class discovery. I think it's going to ultimately turn into a takeover. I just think it's a matter of time before one of the large uranium companies come in and make an offer for the company. The stock is up to 3 cents today on 1.1 million shares traded hands, last at $1.22. This one has been kind of flatlining lately. Well, it's kind of actually finished its bottoming, I think. And I like this one a lot. I think it's got a good chance of moving up from here. The stock symbol on that is FCU, and they trade on the Venture Exchange. So that's a wrap on the news for today. Before making any investment decisions, it's important for you to do your homework and speak with your financial advisors. Join us Tuesday through Thursday in the news show, and later at the end of the week for our best of the best stock picks of the week show. On that note, you have a great day, and we will talk to you soon.